started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Rebels offense will get first crack at it today. And here's the running back that will be the centerpiece of the ground game. He barreled his way into the end zone 5 times, leading them to victory last time out. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known.
How about this puppy, man? How about this young buck coming in as a freshman and being a guy that now the coaches are talking about, oh, yeah, we trust him. We trust him with a little and then a little bit more. And then we started to look around and go, Palmer, this dude's one of our best players. And he's played like that to start the season.
That's the crazy part, David, because we...
Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. If you're sending a direct message to the opponent, we are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond, and the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. They got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
They'll go play action with Mack. Throws toward the end zone. It's incomplete, but here comes the flag, and I think it's going to be a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. In the backfield, it's Rousseau. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Operating in the red zone. Second down. Mack. It's complete. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. Now here's Mack. Touchdown, Rebels! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk. And strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
The Crimson Tide offense comes out, and now they'll go on the attack. A top target in this passing attack is Noah Rogers, the transfer from NC State, and you get the idea that he'll be keeping an eye on the kind of day his counterpart is having for their offense. Throwing Russell. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Russell from the gun on third down. Got his man. Worked his way out to the 28-yard line, but needed a little bit more yardage. Fourth down is coming. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin them deep. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. He's out past the 35. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. They'll go play action with Mack. Out wide left, it's Dobbs. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain. The Rebels headed quickly to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Brought down by the defense as he barreled forward for a pickup of 9.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Look out! And they got it.
Man, getting to this quarterback is pivotal. You saw last drive, way too much time. They score a touchdown. Nice job on second down. Anticipating the pass, playing the pass, getting the sack, and now forcing a difficult third down.
Mack from the gun on third down. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making. And the defense forces a fourth down. And how about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, The field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Keelan Russell. Caught.
Slants against man. That wide receiver has to win right now at the line of scrimmage against that DB playing man coverage. Quarterback, timing with the wide receiver, put it on the money. Wide receiver's probably still going to get hit too and got to hold on to that thing.
We've reached the break, and UNLV is on top as we get a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Oh, pressure's coming. And it's a sack.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell fires quickly. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. Rebels offense is back on the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when we have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
What a run by their tailback, and simply one of the best in the entire country. And his ability to make people miss is the reason why, guys. That's one thing that's just not coachable. You have it or you don't. That was something they identified in him when they were recruiting him to come play in this offense, and now it's come to fruition. Defenses have such a hard time bringing him down. This defense is going to have to do a better job gang tackling as this game goes on.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. The give. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's fourth down. Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. They're down to one timeout left in the half. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Throwing Mack. Hauls it in, the first down and more. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46. And the Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Mack. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Makes a deep grab. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They've got this defense reeling after that last play. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. Now the Tide uses its third and final timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. from the 11. Running inside, it's Charles. Touchdown, Rebels! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So an 82-yard drive there, and it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Looking for... and he loses the football on the return.
Whew, that's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Russell takes a hit as he fires. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Great job getting the interception. Maybe an even better job on the return. You got the convoy. You're finding your blockers. You're out in the open field. You're saying, hey, coach, watch me with the ball in the open space. Maybe I can get on offense and get a few throws. That was a phenomenal individual effort.
Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size...
Beck's going for the goal line. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Rebels. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, and they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. He'll start the return inside his 5. Brings a return out across the 25. Gets a couple of extra yards. He's stopped at the 27-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing the tight end, you better be physical. With the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. On the move. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Makes a nice grab at the 25. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Austin Mack. Gonna let it fly. He's got it inside the 30. Nothing but green grass down the middle. Touchdown Vegas. Rolled his way into the end zone.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We start with a look at Utah taking on the number 7 team, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And it's the Utes with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And that's now victory number 1 on the season. Hey, every journey begins with a first step, and this team will bask in the glory of this one for at least 24 hours. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC. And now over to your game at Bryant-Denny Stadium. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that said, let's send it back to the guys at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Rebels will line up to kick off and start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They'll send the back in motion. Just going to keep it after the snap. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.